high pitch.
Well, everyone does. Everyone's
That's,
speaking.
yeah,
Yeah,
that's the
I mean,
point.
it's.
I know, but the way I actually look at it, I just looked over and my freaking audio was like boom. I'm like, damn.
Oh,
Yeah.
I should remind, and yeah, I'm going to say this on the podcast. Akhtar, I need you to boost up your audio a little bit. You've been kind of very low lately, but we'll do it after. We'll do it after. So, all right.
Yeah, Akhtar, I need you to boost up your audio and stop boosting inside of me with these fucking Yu-Gi-Oh rounds, bro.
Jesus Christ. He's just trying to take you to the shadow realm.
I'm so sorry. My sorry ass, bro. Why do I even play this game?
Bro, I was just super excited for the game itself because it was like a $60 game that was for like only like $16. So I was like,
Wait.
I'm getting it, and I had a history with that
Which
game.
Yu-Gi-Oh game is on sale for $16?
It's like Legacy Duels. Yeah, Legacy of the Duels. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's a
Akhtar,
$40
just out of curiosity, is your audio at least through Discord running through your mic, or is it through the webcam? Because you sound different.
Oh, he does sound further away.
Do I? Oh no.
Yeah, Discord might be using your webcam instead. I don't know. I don't know if Audacity is or not, but
That's funny. Oh damn! I just realized I'm like chewing these freaking oranges or cuties, and I just looked over and I can see the little like. You're gonna hear me chewing, Brian. I can't wait for you to edit this.
what?
Danny,
Get
I
away
hope
from the mic.
I really hope that the audio listeners especially love you.
I didn't realize
Every
it.
podcast.
Yeah, this is also a part ASMR podcast where we're just like, I'm gonna chew with some oranges.
Oh, wait, I got this one. Let me peel the orange one.
I hate every single one of you. Anyways, hey everyone, welcome to the bar. It's open. Welcome to Fyre Bar. You know, the podcast that you come and love and listen to us just talk about random shit. But hey, if you listen to us on like Spotify, iTunes, SoundCloud, YouTube, thank you guys so much. We love it. And we actually got a full house. All my friends are here. They're all here. Everyone. Every single
That's
one
your
of them.
friend.
Who's your friend?
Oh.
I'm your friend. Hi, I'm Mike, and
Hey.
today I'm drinking the milk of the dragon,
There you go. Ooh.
Okay.
straight from the dragon's teat.
Hi, I'm Akhtar. How do I sound now?
Better.
Way better.
You
Beautiful.
sound fabulous.
So it wasn't my it wasn't my microphone or my audio settings. Then it had to have just been plugged into the cam with the distancing issues. I'm guessing. Because if I sound fantastic now,
I don't know.
Word. My name is Mo, and I'm working off that sting from that spanking I just received a couple of minutes ago.
I was trying to figure my shoes in the room.
Jesus Christ. And what up? My name's Danny, and I'm drinking the long drink, because Finland people know how to make alcohol.
And can I
Pretty.
just state this is the first podcast that we actually did the order right?
I didn't want to jinx it. I want to say
Like,
it.
Oh my God.
Can we just get a round of applause?
Oh my
real
god,
quick?
yeah,
Like,
we did it!
Let's clap it
What
up,
what
clap it up.
episode is this? How many did it take? Is this 20 yet, or is this 19?
We're at 21.
This is
Oh,
21.
21. There you go.
Oh shit.
Oh,
The 21. Yeah.
It only
yeah,
took
21.
21 episodes.
So proud of you, Akhtar. And all we had to do was you to fix your audio to make sure you go in the correct order.
They said if you do something repetitively for 10,000 hours, you master it. So there you go.
I don't know why I thought you were going to say masturbate. I was like,
And that's why if you've mastered my heart.
I've probably
Oh.
masturbated for over 10,000 hours, and I think I'm pretty damn good at it.
Yeah.
Mine might be probably about like 1,000 seconds total.
wait a
1,000
second.
seconds.
Need to pump those numbers, boy. Those are rookie numbers.
Yeah, you definitely
No,
need
the
to
numbers are
pump them
high. It's
numbers.
time.
He's hit it and quit it in and out in a minute.
Damn, now Akhtar is too loud. Hold on.
I mean, he's fine for me.
He's fine for me too, Mo. I don't know what's wrong with you. No matter
I
if it's
had
dueling
it
or if it's
turned
talking, he still whoops you.
God, it's not even like okay. It's not
Come
even
on,
like a thing.
Make
Like
the excuse, bro. Come on, please. Anything.
no, you said you haven't played in 10 years. I also haven't played in like 15 some years either. Like it's like it makes sense, kind of. Like you haven't had as much experience in the game as much
Hold
as
on,
I
hold
had.
on. You guys need to set the scene here. Give us the context.
Yeah.
What are we talking
Yeah,
about?
rewind.
All right, so let me tell you the story of how this even started and what we're
Oh,
even talking
boy.
about. So me and Akhtar, we hit up the group chat right quick with Brian, and I'm like, "Hey yo, anyone trying to play Star Wars tonight?" And Brian's like, yeah, sure, dude. But I'm on the phone with Akhtar, so he doesn't respond. So he's like, yeah, bro, I'll play with you. I'm like, just say that in the chat then, bro. Come on. Anyways. So we get on Star Wars. We're going hard. We played 2 matches. Each of those matches lasted like an hour
and a half.
I'm like, bro, I gotta get off. And he's like, yeah, me too. Akhtar goes into the PSN store. He's like, bro, Yu-Gi-Oh is 60% off right now. This $40 game is $16. I'm like, I haven't played Yu-Gi-Oh in a minute. He's like, yeah, me neither. You trying to get it? I'm like, all right, why not? So we get the game, and it downloads so fast for both of us. We're like, all right, well, maybe we won't get off yet. Let's play some Yu-Gi-Oh right quick. So, I get on, and I invite Akhtar because I'm like, I figured out how to do it. Let me get him in. And then there's like a rock, paper, scissors thing. I lose. I'm like, okay, it's whatever. It's fine. The first game, this man spanks me. I did no damage to his life points at all. I'm like, all right, I'm just learning again. It's fine. The second game, lose the rock, paper, scissors again. Spanks me again. This continues on until 2 a.m.
We stopped playing Star Wars at like 11:30.
Was it just one of the classic, like, Mo loses and then he's like, run it again, and then he loses again, run it again?
Yup.
Run it again.
There was a point. There was a point where it was like 1 a.m. for Akhtar. It's 2 a.m. for me. He's like, bro, I really got to get off and go to bed. I sent this man 30 invitations. I was not letting him go to bed.
He's
I'm like,
surprised mode.
I would just see it.
Oh,
like
you're the worst kind of person.
The corner of my screen just. Like, oh god!
I was just trying to make sure you were getting my invites, bro, because you weren't joining the game for some reason. So.
It's GTA all over again.
Oh, bro, man, this was me all of last night. I'm like, come on, bro, just let me get that one more for the one time, bro.
For the one time.
One time for the one time, bro. You can't leave me like this. No matter what happens, bro. Win or lose, we'll get off. We didn't get off. We played one more time after that. Then we got off.
Dude, one of the worst things that happened to Mo, I still feel super awful because it wasn't really his fault. The game just kind of like, it gives you like a yes or no option so quickly, and it doesn't say, "Are you sure you want to do this?"
Yeah,
like you just hit yes, and then it's like, "All right, go." Now you're married to that decision, basically.
Yeah.
So Mo throws down this card on the field, this magic card. He only has one monster on the field. He throws down this magic card, which like boosts your monster's attack like crazy, like
by 1,000
insane.
points or something crazy.
Yeah, and he somehow accidentally equips it to mine. My monster.
It immediately said yes, and then it hovered over your card for some reason, and then just continued on. I'm like, why would I ever want to make my opponent's monster stronger?
What's worse was I had that same card in my hand.
Oh no.
So I used it on myself. And poor Mo, he's like, oh my god. He's just like, this dude can take down an Egyptian god card. That's how strong he was. Like,
this like 3-star monster started off with like, I don't know, 1,700 attack. It ended up with like
4,000.
Yeah, like 4,000 or
That's
5,000 attack points.
And he just like sat there for a second. I heard it. I heard the thump. He just like put the controller down and walked away.
I threw it on the floor.
Akhtar, you must have like fucked him up so bad because the next day, Mo calls. Well, I call Mo, and he's just like, "Bro, where were you last night?" And I'm like, "I thought you all were going to bed. Why would it happen?" He's like, "Bro, Akhtar whooped my ass so many times." And I'm like,
that's another story right quick.
I thought y'all were going to bed.
No, that's another story right quick. Brian can't like read messages ever.
I thought you were going to bed.
No, what I said was, hey, anybody want to play Star Wars tonight? Brian, bet. Okay, I'm gonna hang out with like my girl for a little bit. We're gonna watch the new iCarly. And I responded by saying, oh, that's gonna be Neh. N-E-H. And he was like, oh,
Now
Okay.
in my brain, I thought he was saying, "Oh, that's gonna be a nah." Like, nah, I'm not doing this tonight. I'm gonna go to bed. That's how I took it. So I said, "All right, whatever. I'm gonna go do my thing." But it's okay. Brian had a little mental breakdown, so it was a good idea that I didn't hang out.
Damn,
maybe that was a good
Yeah,
thing.
the new
He was
iCarly was that
intense.
bad.
Yeah.
No,
I
dude,
heard pretty good.
that night was that. I'm not gonna get into it, but that was a fucking night for me. Like, good thing I wasn't hanging out with anyone.
Yeah, Brian went on a real bender.
Oh my god.
Wait,
You
Brian.
It's all that cocaine.
Drank. Yeah, he
I
cocaine
don't-
straight out the can.
Well, I'm gonna have to do it at 1.5. You've created this demon, Mike. When I get it,
I'm
when I get
gonna
heavy with
drive
coke-
one of my best friends in the world to do cocaine.
This is Brian. Gonna be Brian. He's like, "This is for you, Mike."
Are you happy now?
Just
Just making constant eye contact with you as he does it.
You proud of me now?
Brian, I got
Bro,
a
you're
serious
addicted to
question
coke
to ask
now.
you.
What's up?
So how was iCarly?
Dude, we didn't end up watching it. She ended up just going to bed. So I was like, oh, okay. But it's
So you-
okay.
You partied and passed out.
Lainey, if you're watching this or hearing this, shame on you.
well, because like I guess like I never really watched like the original iCarly. Like I watched
No,
maybe
that-
episodes when they
Fair
were
enough.
aired.
That's a little too we were too old for that when iCarly came out.
Yeah.
Yeah, as I
We're-
saying, like,
we're
I
the
was
Drake
just
and
like
Josh
the ending
generation.
age. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Yeah, I grew up with more Drake and Josh, but it was
Yeah.
funny because like I have the Paramount Plus now, and I see advertisements for it, and I'm like, oh hey, it's a Nickelodeon show, but it's like more for like older generation. And I was kind of like, I don't know, I'm kind of curious. I want to see how would that like go about. So I was kind of interested, but yeah, we never
Mhm.
ended up watching it. But
Yeah, because like for my generation, I grew up with Drake and Josh, and also iCarly. Like I was the ending, like at the ending age. I think what was it? iCarly came out like in middle school to high school for me. So like I was like that ending age. I'm like, I'll watch it. I mean, it was still funny, but I heard the new iCarly was actually really good, even though they don't have two of the main characters from the old show.
iCarly
Yeah.
was a banger.
we can see
The
the
show?
generation line.
Goddamn
Uh-huh.
zoomers.
iCarly was
Between
a
no
banger.
Zoomers, we're millennials.
Yep. My only problem with this new show is
Danny,
they
weren't
got
you
rid
born
of
in,
my
like,
girl Sam, bro.
96?
They
Well,
didn't get rid of
actually,
her. She chose to stay away because of
Yeah.
the stuff that happened to her during iCarly.
Whatever,
with the,
bro.
with the director.
They
She didn't wanna
forced
come
my
back.
girl to like not come back to the set.
Bro, she chose to. It wasn't
He's so
forced.
dumb.
Is Dan Hold Her Tighter, She's a Fighter Schneider still a part of this?
I don't.
I don't think
I don't
so.
think
It's a
so.
new director.
Yeah, I wouldn't think so
Yeah.
either.
Dude, no, not with
I would-
everything that's going on.
I would hope it
Well,
was a
no.
new director. Yeah,
No.
that's the main reason why Sam stopped it. After that, and Sam and Cash, she was done. She had a bad reaction to acting because of that, so she was like, "I'm good," and just been focusing
I
on her
would hope
music.
so. Hopefully that
Yeah.
means the new iCarly has less weird feet shots.
Dude, yeah, what was that? Yeah. That's
Dan
fucked up.
Schneider knows what he likes.
I didn't realize that until years later. I'm like, why there's so many fucking features?
Yeah, there's a
So-
lot of feet.
I don't see him on here at all, but apparently Miranda Cosgrove was the executive producer for it, so apparently she had a lot of say in this.
Well, good for her.
Mhm.
So, yeah. Hey, hats off to you.
A girl's
job,
growing
Brandon.
up.
She's also
Yeah.
like
I'm a-
what, 30 now? I mean, she's like just about our age, right? A little
Yeah.
older, a little younger.
I know she was near my sister's age, so yeah, she's almost 30, if not over 31.
I will say, if for any of you guys who do want to, who have Paramount Plus, I actually kind of recommend the new Rugrats that's on there.
Oh no,
I-
no! We're gonna talk about that now. 'Cause you
Really?
brought it up. You brought it up. You brought it up.
Hey,
Who the fuck is that show for? Why is it made? It's terrible.
wait.
I watched
I
the
don't
first
know.
episode.
Rugrats?
It's horrible.
I like
It's
it.
horrible. It's horrible. First of all, here's the problem with these goddamn shows that come out on streaming services only. It's like there's long as whatever because they don't have to fit in a time slot, right? The first episode
Yeah.
of the new fucking Rugrats is like 45 minutes long.
43. Yeah.
What
Yeah.
fucking episode
Jesus.
of Rugrats needs to be 45 goddamn motherfucking minutes long? That's too long. That's too goddamn long. Second of all,
Wait,
God,
what's the
I
new-
don't
what's the new
like.
Rugrats? I want to know what it looks like.
Well, here's the weird thing,
it's
right?
Like a 3D
yeah,
animated
it's the
one.
3D kind of look for it, and like for some characters it works. Like I think Chucky looks okay. Tommy looks
Chucky looks
horrifying.
good.
Tommy looks fucking
Tommy is
terrifying.
terrifying. Yeah.
A lot of the
Angelica's
environments are
kinda
terrible.
creepy.
There's a scene where they're having like a picnic outside, and like the grass texture is the grossest thing I've ever seen. It reminds me of like those old, like if you guys ever had that like Windows, what was it called? It wasn't Movie Maker. That's a different thing. But you could make little like movies with 3D models, and it would have like really bad looking backgrounds and stuff. That's exactly what it reminded me of. It's super inconsistent. Sometimes it looks okay, sometimes it doesn't. God, I don't know. Like, I don't know who the show is for, because it's very kiddish, which makes sense. It's Rugrats. It's a show about babies. It's for kids. I get it. But then you've got like weird plot lines where the grandpa is on a dating app for old grandmas, and you got fucking 3 random gilfs showing up to his house, and then an old man,
The original TV show.
and then this old guy, and like he shows up, and the grandpa's like, "Oh, the closest I got to swinging that way was a mistake back in like the fucking 70s or whatever," and it's just like, what is this goddamn show? This is like tonally so fucking weird. Then they have that like boomer ass humor where like Lil and Phil's mom works at a coffee shop, and she's like, latte for Gen Z. And then this young girl like comes up, takes the fucking coffee, takes a selfie with it, and then puts the coffee down, and like, oh, remember to tag us. It's the cringiest fucking shit in the world. It was awful. It was awful.
What? That sounds terrible.
It was so
Sound
bad.
terrible. Okay, but Mikey,
Yeah.
you're probably one of the strongest cases right now. But here's the thing. Now, Brian, why the fuck do you like that? Because Mikey put up some really good cannons for this shit. So why do you, in the right mind, like it?
Well, okay. Well, listen. I'm just gonna remove the veil right now. I wasn't under the right mind. Let me just get that full
Cocaine.
disclosure.
Cocaine. It's the cocaine.
No, okay, no, it was.
You have a problem.
It absolutely is.
Yeah.
It had to be.
I don't do this.
This podcast is an intervention, damn it.
But no, basically what would happen, Brian would go outside, go smoke his wonder grass, and then come back inside, and he...
Nature grass.
No, wonder grass.
Devil's lettuce.
Anyways,
Devil's
so I
lettuce.
would come here, and I would be in this room. And so, like, usually I'm either doing, like, a few things, right? Either, like, I'm in here writing, or I'm on Paramount Plus, and I have that shit up. So I saw it was being advertised. I'm like, you know what? I'm going to kind of watch it. And I clicked on it. I don't know. I had a good time. Like for me, it was just like, I don't know. Like maybe for me, the art style didn't bother me as much. But I don't know. I kind of liked just the show, and like I noticed like they were like kind of reliving like older moments of original Rugrats. I don't know. For me, I liked it.
Dude,
I don't know.
From a writing standpoint, as someone who appreciates writing, I don't know how you could have enjoyed that. They had a whole like segment. So obviously you need to make the parents go away so the babies can do baby things. So they have this whole segment about how the parents are like, oh, that old band we listened to is back. We got to go view them. And the song they play is called like Better the Second Time Around or whatever. And it's just about like, oh yeah, it's that old thing, but it's better now. And it's like, no, it's not. It's so much worse. It's so much worse, and it was such a goddamn cringe fest, my guy. Oh god! And I'll tell you what. I do appreciate that they did their best to try to get like the original voice actors back. Like I know some of the parents have different voices. As far as I can tell, all the babies and kids have the same voice actors and actresses. But maybe that wasn't the call, because I love her. She's probably a fantastic woman. I don't really know much about her. But Tommy's voice actress, she ain't got it in her anymore. That voice sounded like it hurt every time she did it.
Bro, so what I'm surprised is I don't know why they went back to babies when they obviously made a Rugrats that was like babies. Then they made a Rugrats where they were all grown up. Why can't they just make a Rugrats where they're like, hey, they're retired and they're now in an old folks home, which is the last stop?
Oh yeah.
Oh,
That'd be
like,
cool.
It would have been so much better.
I love their teenage one. Like I thought that was really good. Like I was like they keep remaking the Rugrats. Like I think they made like 2 or 3 remakes of it. I'm like, cool. When am I gonna get a continuation of the freaking high school or redo that one?
See, and I get it.
Wait,
Like, it's nice to make like the shows for the kids, but that was definitely like our generation. I want to see the Rugrats like now that they're our age and they're as depressed as we are and shit. Like I want that.
No, I don't. I don't.
Can
I
I
don't
just
want.
say this real quick?
Yeah, go ahead.
I was to say, going back to the All Grown Up, I actually rewatched a few of the episodes those are kind of cringy. Those are stuck in a fucking
bet.
decade.
I bet they.
I
those
bet.
are
Oh,
stuck
yeah.
in a
Here, listen.
decade.
I grew up watching original Rugrats. I even watched All Grown Up. I get it. I
Yeah.
get it. Guys, fucking
yeah.
let the nostalgia go. We don't need more shows of all this fucking shit. We don't need more reboots. It's okay for shows to stay in the past. That is okay. And that's what Rugrats needs. We don't need anymore. I don't want to see Rugrats when they're fucking old. The show's called Rugrats. That's a term for babies. Like the whole point of the show was these babies, and you get to see the funny like imagination shit that they got going on in their head or whatever. And that was a fun idea back in like 95 or whatever. But we are past it. It doesn't need a reboot. It doesn't need a sequel. It needs to stay in the 90s where it fucking belongs. Just like a lot of
Marcus
things that
had
keep
enough.
getting rebooted.
Or Mikey, they can do something even better. That Scooby Doo and Courage the Cowardly Dog did.
Dude, I saw that and I want to see it because I love Courage, but I am afraid. I watched the trailer. It looks funny, but I'm afraid. I'm
Wait, what is this?
afraid.
I missed this.
Basically, Scooby Doo like goes like they sometimes collab with different shows
Yeah.
Like
and everything to make
Supernatural and stuff like that.
movies and like the shows. Well, they collabed with Courage, and like I love the art style because they fit it perfectly. Like they fixed
For
Courage's
Scooby.
art style into Scooby's art style, and actually looks really nice. But like they're collabed together. They're gonna fight basically a monster that's terrorizing. It looks like Courage's family.
Yeah, his nowhere homes.
Yeah. So
Yeah, so basically, Scooby Doo and the gang, they're going. I think Scooby and Shaggy are like separated from the group, so they're gonna go find them. And the cool thing is, because it's all drawn into Scooby Doo, the new Scooby Doo art style, which is cool. But like the thing that set me off was when they did the transition and they showed nowhere. They still drew, at least from what I was seeing, they still drew it in the Scooby Doo art style, which was weird for me because I'm just like, well, if you're having these two different art styles, why they should kind of have them both present, right? Because we like Courage for its art style, we like Scooby-Doo for art style, but why did the Scooby art style overpower into Courage? You know, why is Courage now drawn in that art style? I don't know, it was weird. But
That reminds me of that, what was it? Jimmy Neutron and Fairly Odd Parents, like crossover.
Oh, the Jimmy
Yeah.
Timmy Power
ooh,
Hour.
that crossover was lit.
Yeah, that shit was fire.
I was
yeah,
saying, like, I
but-
prefer Jimmy when he was 2D. Like, he looks so awesome. But Timmy looks freaking terrifying when he was 3D. I was like,
yeah, it scared me.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Well, the
I
3D
mean,
Jimmy Neutron style was gross no matter which way you spun it.
yeah.
Timmy just looked worse in 3D. Not meant to be 3D.
Speaking of crossovers, I really do miss those. Like, remember those little like intermissions that Cartoon Network would have, where they would have like their like characters just doing normal shit. Like Samurai Jack was at the laundry and shit like that. Like,
Yeah.
awesome.
Those were great.
bro, that is my shit.
I remember there was one where Professor Newtonium like locked himself out of his car, and Dexter was
Dexter?
just fucking making fun of him the whole time.
Yeah, I remember that.
Dude, I fucking love. I watch. I'm gonna shame myself. I watch compilations of those at night.
That's not. They're awesome. I didn't know even know they
well
had
done.
those,
They're-
and
they're super
now
fun.
I'm gonna
I like
see
those.
them.
Yeah.
They are like I love seeing all the characters interact with each other like that. That's just so cool.
Do you guys remember?
Yeah,
I
it
think
was so nice.
I think it was Cartoon Network where they had like a music video with all their characters to like one of Sugar Ray's songs. You remember
Yes.
that?
I
remember that one.
faintly remember that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh god, you had my best friend Plank. They also made the song
Oh,
Yeah, yeah.
Plank.
I remember that.
Yes.
yeah.
Jar Jar, the shark, Jabber Jar.
remember
That's his
that.
name,
Oh,
Jabber
okay.
Jar.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yes. I
The
remember
shark,
that.
where it's like that like punk rock song that was really weird.
Yes. I remember that.
I don't
Fucking
remember that one for
Dexter's
some
Lab with
Oh, yeah,
IPs.
it's the Dexter's Lab.
I remember that.
Was this
I
still
fucking loved it.
Did they also do circles with soul coughing in those, or was that in Boomerang?
I think that was in Boomerang.
Okay.
Maybe
'Cause
yeah.
I
maybe.
remember Boomerang had theirs.
I remember they had a soul coughing song like that too, where they did Sugar Ray and they did, all
Yeah.
that punk rock stuff. They also had like, which was weird because as a kid I didn't really know who soul coughing was, and then as I've grown up and like have figured out what the hell soul coughing is all about, I'm like, yo, they had that band do music for children's shit. Like what?
Dude,
It's like
I,
when you hear Evanescence do like children music, you're like, bruh, this ain't right.
Dude, I loved it when they got old, like when they got bands to do it, like when fucking Simple Plan did Scooby Doo's.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
This is
Yeah.
awesome. Didn't Bowling for Soup do Phineas and Ferb, right? Am I?
Yeah,
am
they
I-
did.
I think
They
so,
did a
yeah.
few songs. Yeah.
I feel like a famous
Sure.
band did Kids Next Door as well. No, Kids Next Door is. Well, yeah, I feel like a famous band did Kids Next Door.
No, that's just stuff. It's like a James Bond thing, and
Yeah.
it does like the numbers.
Mhm.
But not their theme song, but I feel like like one of those side songs for them. Like they're
Oh,
just like, oh
maybe.
yeah, it's for Kids Next Door.
Hey,
Might
Micah,
be.
Sort of.
we have to,
Yeah.
we'll have to look into that.
Yeah.
I know. Next time on Dragon Ball Z. Anyways, continue.
Reliving youth. So, such simpler times.
Dude, I do that all the time.
Agreed.
I watch HBO
Uh.
Max just for Cartoon Network. I watch Paramount just for Nickelodeon.
That's what I do now.
Do you remember? Do you guys remember
Yeah.
when they made that show? I want to say it was called like Yami and Yumi or something, but it was about like
Yes.
the
Puffy Yumi.
Yeah.
yeah.
Mhm.
It was about like those girls who were in that band. Weren't they the girls who did like the theme song for Teen Titans or something?
Yeah, they are.
Yeah.
Oh,
Mhm.
I love that.
That,
Oh, yeah,
that
no,
was
they
that was a
did.
weird one. Like going back and like thinking about that, it's like, why did they make that show? That was really weird.
I don't know if you guys remember this, but they did the same for like I think it was they did a collab with Ami Yumi and Teen Titans. I can't remember if it was just a commercial or if it was like a music video. Because they were singing something about Teen Titans related, and then they put Ami and Yumi in the freaking in the video as well because technically that is them. It's just cartoon
That's
version.
cool.
Well, it's funny too
Dude,
because like they didn't even like voice their own characters in that show. They got actual like voice actresses to do the voices. well, again, because they were. I mean, they were what, like Japanese or something, and like they could speak English, but it probably wasn't like
That's
fluent
right. Yeah.
English.
Mhm.
Yeah, because it was one of them, wasn't it Tara Strong who does Raven? Didn't she do the punky one?
Yeah, I think so.
Sorry,
I think
remember?
so. I know
think
she
so.
did one of them.
Yeah. Oh shit, that's totally right. I forgot about that.
Mm-hmm.
Do you guys remember when they did that Powerpuff Girls movie? And it was like from what I remember, it was like extremely serious, like kind of like movie where they like. I'm trying to remember the plot. I recently saw that it was like on HBO Max or something.
Bubbles
but, like,
had to fight her depression, and
Yeah.
Wait, that was
Wait,
also the
what?
one where like, because in the show
like
they
an
would
origin.
only fight for the most part. They would only fight like one villain at a time in every episode. Was this the movie where they literally had to fight like almost everyone?
I want to say I want to watch it again because I saw it was on HBO Max or something. But the only thing I can remember was like their origin story, right? Like it told how they were made and like their time of like Townsville, like
that
kind of
sounds
like
familiar.
accepting them and stuff like that. And I remember like something bad happens, but
Bro,
It sounds
wait,
familiar.
wait, doesn't the intro tell you how they were made? Sugar, spice, everything nice, and chemical X.
yeah, well, yeah, but it shows them like how Professor. If I haven't watched it yet, it's been years. But if I remember, this movie like showed like Professor X like actually being a parent, their first time actually at preschool, the first time them actually doing a hero duty, the first time like Townsville getting to accept it. It's kind of like a Smallville thing, if I remember. But I want to say I remember the movie doing really well. But it's
I
struck me
remember
weird.
it had-
Maybe
I was
maybe-
living up here when that movie came out, and I remember it had done like fantastic.
Yeah, well, the thing that struck me weird, because maybe I'm remembering this wrong, and there's a point to this, I promise. But I was looking at it on wherever I was looking at, but it had a really low rating, and I'm like, really? I thought this movie did like really, really well. I remember this is what everyone talked about. Did it really not? Is it really not that good?
Also figured that the nostalgia goggles probably hit us a lot harder than it would have probably hit
Yeah.
everyone else too.
might
So
have,
we probably
yeah.
thought it was freaking awesome.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. But I don't know. It kind of shocked me because if you guys ever had that where it's like you watch something like, oh, this is a fucking great movie, but then you see the reviews and you're like, oh, this is a bad movie? Oh.
Oh, it sucks. Oh, no one told me. Oh, I hate it
that's like
now.
Like, do y'all remember the movie called Pixel?
Yeah. Well, I've never
Where they
seen it,
brought,
but
like,
I
the
know what you're
oldest-
talking about. Yeah.
Yeah, the old like nostalgia games.
Oh,
Came
yeah.
to life or whatever because an alien took on their form, or whatever.
There's an Adam
To
Sandler
me,
movie,
I thought
right?
that Adam Sandler was in there. Like, I
Okay.
enjoyed that movie. I was like, yo, this is pretty cool. Look at there's all the faders, and like I love the movie. And then I went online to see the reviews, and like it did horrible. I think it got like maybe 1 or 2 stars.
yeah.
Everyone hated it. I was like,
For whatever reason though, for whatever reason, no matter how good a comedy movie is, they tend to always get lower ratings anyways, and I don't know why that's the case,
Well-
but like some of the best comedy movies that I've ever seen have like some pretty bad ratings on them for whatever reason.
Comedy's hard, man. Comedy is such a subjective thing, and it's,
Yeah.
I mean, for everybody, it's going to be different, and I find for myself, it depends on my mood what I find funny or not. Yeah, because I think about this with like the movie Napoleon Dynamite, right? Like the first time I saw that movie was in theaters when it came out, and I saw it with 2 buddies of mine. And we hated it, dude. We hated that movie so hard. We're like, what a fucking dull,
Yeah.
boring ass movie. Nothing happens in it. That was horrible. What a waste of money. Then, I don't know, a couple years later, it's on TV
You're
or
in
whatever.
college. You're in
And
college at this point, I'm guessing.
I don't
Right?
remember. High school, college, I don't really remember. It could have been whenever. But like I was just in, like a mindset like, man, no, fuck it, let's just watch it and see this movie again. And it just hit me super hard, and I was really vibing with it, and I was like laughing at all like the dumb, stupid humor. Like that movie is like anti-humor the movie. Like it's so not funny that it's hilarious.
I love that movie.
But that's the thing, right? It's like something that, like,
love
if you're in the right
Napoleon
mindset or if you know what to expect, that movie can hit really hard. But if you're not, then you could easily walk away from that movie like I did the first time, being like, "What the fuck was that? Why did someone make that?"
That was actually the same feeling that I got with The Office. Now, before while I was in
yes, I
college,
agree.
while I was in college, loved The Office. One of the best series through and through. Watched it over like 5, 6, 7 times. Get into accounting, like the actual business field. And seriously, I was like, fuck it, I'll watch it. And I don't know what episode it was. I don't care what episode it was. It was probably a string of episodes. I just started tweaking because I'm like, this is insanely relatable. I don't like this anymore. This is crazy. I go back to it now and I love it. I go back to it now. I absolutely love it.
Oh yeah, dude. Go ahead.
It's so weird.
Oh, I was just
It's
gonna say,
just- no,
but
it's just weird.
that's how it is with like comedy though. Like comedy is such a weird, subjective, personal thing, and it changes depending on how a person's feeling in the moment or whatever. It's to me, like, drama is one of those things where, like, if you watch a good drama, no matter what mindset you're in, you can kind of identify it as a good drama. Like,
Yep.
if you're happy, sad, otherwise, you're like, oh shit, like that was a very dramatic thing. That was good. But like comedy, like I'm telling you, it's mindset. It's so many things. Like a movie you thought was hilarious, you could watch again and think like, this is the dumbest shit ever. Why did I like this? And vice versa. You could watch a movie you hated and go back and be like, this is actually really funny. I don't know why I had such a stick up my ass. Like it. always changing.
That's the crazy thing, because it's like not everyone finds poop funny. I love poop. Poop is hilarious,
Poop is good.
as we've discussed like 2 weeks ago.
You
But-
clearly don't. But
But
Or in a poopy
something
one.
that not everyone can relate with or find humorous, whereas everyone can, like in a drama, everyone can relate to the loss of a loved one. Everyone can relate to betrayal. Because everyone has at some point or another gone through that very pure event in their life,
Right.
almost.
Right. No, there's a reason why they, and I know this is kind of like a reductive saying, but there's a reason that saying exists. That's drama's easy, comedy's hard, and
Yes.
that's why, like, comedy again, there's so many moving parts, and it's going to always hit people differently, and it's one of those things where, like, I consider myself to be a big fan of comedy and pretty like well learned in the art of comedy. I've done a lot of like reading and studying up on it and stuff like that, and yet like it'll never fail. Like there'll be a dumb fart joke that just has me crying with laughter, and it's like why is this making me laugh? Or even something where like somebody's got a funny sounding voice so they could say anything and it's hilarious. Meanwhile, like you could hear. You could hear like a really, really well structured joke, but just because it wasn't performed quite right,
Yeah.
it just doesn't land
Yeah.
at all. And you're like,
Yeah.
man,
Well,
because
it's kinda
timing's
like
a
the
big part of it and
video.
everything.
It's kind of like the video you sent us. Like I was watching it and I was like, oh, I'm feeling pretty, I was like kind of like listening to the guy. But then the second that happened, I was gone.
Dude,
I wasn't listening to him anymore.
I swear to God, I was sitting on the toilet scrolling Twitter, and I saw that, and I just started crying, laughing.
Yep.
For those who don't know, there's this video of this guy. He does TikToks. It's this black dude who has like the most like striking eyes I have ever seen. And he's talking about that, like, if you're watching this, that means your energy has aligned with mine, like that kind of stuff. And he's doing this like in the forest, like on a trail, and like some like jogger lady is like walking by while he's doing it, and she accidentally bumps into it, and like she says, "Oh, excuse me," and he turns to look at her, but he has like, again, he's like complete straight faced, and he has these like huge striking eyes, so he turns at her, and she just goes, "Ah!" And then he turns back to his phone and continues his speech, and it's just fucking killed me. Like, the lady screamed, she was afraid for her life. I don't know, that video just hit me so hard, dude.
Dude, I low-key thought that she tripped. I was like, that's what I thought.
Like, but I mean, it's just like she bumps into him, was like, "Oh, I'm sorry," and then like the way he turns at her, she's like, "Oh God!" Like,
So I watched that. I was laughing at work.
it's like this lady bumped into who she assumed a normal person, and then saw it was like the devil, and she just like fucking freaked. It was, oh my God. But the best part is like the dude, it doesn't even faze him. He just goes back to his spiel, and it's like, wow, okay. I don't know.
Awesome.
I loved it.
It's like something as simple as that will
Yeah.
kill a person. I don't know how. It's crazy.
And again, I'm sure plenty of people could watch that video and be like, I have no idea what's funny about this. But for me, it just, oh
Yeah.
God, it killed me.
Fair enough.
So real quick, just because I want to talk about it. So I want to talk about not the most recent Metopia, but the last Metopia.
Which one?
The
Would that have
last
been
episode.
episode
7?
6 or 7? I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah, but so I'm watching it. Mike Akhtar, what y'all got against my voice? Like, what's up?
We have explained this. We can do impersonations of fictional characters, of celebrities. What we can't do is good impersonations of our friends.
Real people.
So-
Yeah.
Obviously, I
So
told you that.
we just make a choice and we stick with it. For Danny, it's that, "Hi, I'm Danny," like the Valley Girl thing. And for you, Brian, it's like, "Ooh, I'm fucking Brian."
Yeah, man, I sound like sassy as fuck. Like, they're like,
Well,
"Hi," and
it's-
I'm like, Jesus, am I
It's
really
the
like
thing
this?
is that even though your guys' voices are distinctive, they're not like distinctive enough for us. Like, for
For us to
example, like
reproduce.
exactly, I can reproduce like Dylan, like that. You know who that is. You know exactly who that is. But if I talk like Brian, you'd be like, oh, he's talking like Akhtar. Why is his voice a little higher?
I guess
That's it.
I guess what I should do, because apparently I sound like Brian over the phone, I should just like put a phone filter over my voice, and then it'll sound like Brian.
Dude,
That's
also,
awesome.
okay, so for anyone who doesn't know, viewers, every time me and Mike will be like in a chat with like people or someone, they always say me and him sound exactly alike. I don't hear it.
I don't.
They
hear it at all.
absolutely do not.
Only on
Neither,
the phone,
neither
are
of
you
you.
saying, or just in general?
On the
The
phone,
phone
or in
is when we
general?
get it the
On the
most. I don't
phone.
know. I might have heard it once or twice when we're on like a Discord call, but phone is when it comes up a lot. Because especially with our friend Mike, when we're on the phone, like he has so much trouble distinguishing like who's who. There have been times,
understand.
dude. There have been times when like we've been on a group call, like me, Brian, Mike, Mo, Akhtar, whoever. And it'll be like 10, 15 minutes in the call, and then Mike's like, "Wait, Mike, you're here?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I do it. I've been talking to you." And he's like, "Oh, I thought that was Brian."
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah,
"No,
I'm
dude,
just
it's
like,
me."
bro. Meanwhile, I'm just sitting over there smoking like,
Yeah.
bro, I haven't talked in like 20 minutes.
I don't understand how, like, because
It's-
Brian's voice is just so high. Like,
I
Yeah,
am.
Brian's voice is higher, and then Mikey's voice is not like really deep, but
no,
it's
no
deeper
pun
than
intended.
Brian.
But
Yeah.
No, I
No,
don't know.
I'm
But like,
humming nasally.
but that's something too. Like everybody hears voices differently. One of my favorite comments I ever got. Akhtar, you might remember this. Back on Not French when we were doing Mega Man. What was it? 7 or was it 4?
Oh, Mega Man X4.
Mega Man X4. Oh yeah, that's what it was. X4. We got a comment. Like some dude said I sounded like Ray Romano. And I was like,
Wait, what?
Ray
Like,
Romano?
And
Are you
this
saying I
was
sound like
literally-
fucking Kermit the Frog? Like, what are you saying?
And it's not possible because like we were like definitely not of the age at all
No.
to sound like Ray Romano. Like we were like college age. We were like 18, 19.
That fucked with me. I was like going back listening to the episode. I'm like, where is he hearing Ray Romano? Like, I gotta know what made him say that because I don't hear it.
I've watched that series quite a lot because I
Deborah,
love that.
Deborah.
I've never heard like, oh no, it's Mega Man.
Like-
Please run for your lives.
And I
You
want to
know,
be
like-
clear, like I liked the show. Everybody Loves Raymond. Like I was a fan of that shit. But like I
Yeah,
don't think
it's
I've
pretty
ever
good.
been hurt as bad as someone saying I sound like Ray Romano.
Yeah,
Oh
dude.
my God.
That's probably the meanest, and it wasn't even meant to be mean, but that was probably the meanest internet comment I've ever gotten. Was that I sound like Ray Romano?
It was messed up, bro. You
Oh
sound like.
god.
I remember we
Oh my
had like, we had like a good long conversation about that. I remember
Yeah.
too. It was just like, dude, have you seen the comment? I'm like, no. What are you talking about? Like, check this fucking shit out, dude. Do it, really? Like,
The audacity.
The audacity.
Yo, speaking of comments, real quick, because I was too focused on what I was doing the other night playing Yu-Gi-Oh. Brian, who was Buddy in the chat last night giving Akhtar like this sick life
Oh my
advice?
god! Yeah. Okay.
awesome.
So,
he helped me.
like,
This
oh,
man
God,
changed
I-
his life. Like,
Yeah, I wish I could pull it up right now, but I can't. But so Mo was streaming Yu-Gi-Oh yesterday, and we actually had a decent like pour in right away. Like it was really good. Like Mo did a good job, by the way.
Yeah.
But we had this one dude, and hey, if you're listening, we love you. Thank you. Keep sticking around. But like, homie just was giving life advice to Akhtar the whole time because Akhtar's like, because Mo was giving Akhtar shit on stream about like, oh man, you whooped my ass in Yu-Gi-Oh, blah blah blah. And Akhtar's like, bro, I said I'm sorry, I apologize.
oh yeah,
And
and he
then
like,
the
came
dude
in
coming
and was
back
like, never apologize more than once, Akhtar. You know,
Well, no,
unless it
yeah.
was a mistake. I'm like,
No. So what?
cool.
I kind of remember it because this shit really hit my heart. Because I do tend to do this actually. But he's just like, listen, man, apologizing like repetitively kind of actually sounds like you're being insincere about your apologies now, you know, when you keep
Yeah.
saying that you're sorry all the time.
Yeah.
Apologize only once, dude. Just, that's all you got to do. And also, if they don't accept your apology the first time, then obviously like the person isn't going to accept it the second time. Why are you doing that again anyways? I just
Right.
I'm like, damn, this
Forcing my
guy's
life for a
really
coach.
like talking to me like at a spiritual level, like because it is a thing that I do actually. I was like, wow,
Bro came in
that's-
and changed
yeah.
his whole life. Like,
Damn.
Dude, honest to God, like that might be one of my favorite things about streaming is like randomly, like, and it's nice. I guess that's one of the nice things about being a smaller streamer is like you can actually have like one-on-one conversations with people who come in and choose to talk to you. Like, you guys will probably remember. Well, Mo, you probably will, but I did a stream of Dragon Quest 11. And this girl came in and like I guess she lives in Florida or whatever, and she was telling me about like how her brother passed away because of COVID and all that stuff, and how she surfs
just
now.
some real
And
deep stuff.
She's into Dragon Quest now because her brother was really into it and stuff like that.
Oh,
And it's,
yeah.
like having this really like personal, like awesome conversation with another human being while I'm just fucking streaming this game, and I'm just like, man, this is cool. Like this is what I like
This
about
is a-
streaming.
it's a very surreal moment, right?
Yeah.
It's a complete fucking stranger, but it's like, damn, this is neat. Like,
yeah, like I
don't
know
know.
you.
Yeah.
Like,
for anyone
Just so you
watching
know-
this or listening to this or whatever, if you're ever on a stream, like just chat us up. Like, we love it. It's the coolest thing in the world. I
And just
want
so
to
you know-
talk to
How's
more
your day?
people.
And just so you know, Cries of Mankind, don't please. I want you to know the reason why I didn't reply back to you wasn't because I was like, it was mainly because I was like, this guy's have me think I actually can't say anything here. And it's very rare when someone shuts me the fuck up.
That's true.
This is
That's
true.
It's very rare.
Round
I've
of
known
applause
this
for
man
him
since
for
elementary
giving
school, and I
Akhtar
can confirm.
yeah, Akhtar do be talking. No, I'm just playing.
He talks, you know. He's
The only
gotta-
time he doesn't talk is when he sleeps. But even then, he'll start talking.
I talk in my sleep. Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh no, he talks and snores in his sleep, and he'll get right up on you, and he will let you know that he's snoring. And
I even snore when I'm awake.
Why are you close enough to him to let him get up on you to snore?
Bro, we
What's
were.
Brian loves it. He loves to cuddle with He needs a man to cuddle with. That's why he
Alright.
always cuddles with Akhtar or he cuddles with Mikey. Like he just needs a manly man. Because
Alright,
he
so-
doesn't have that.
I was trying to cuddle with Brian, and he kept scooting away from me. Like,
Because you kept freaking snoring in our ears. That's why he pushed you onto my side and I kept pushing him back.
All right, so real quick, two
teasing
story
me.
times, real quick. Okay, so we're gonna start with Akhtar's story time. So we went and visited all of our mutual friend, other Mike. You guys seen him on the podcast, so you guys, hopefully, y'all know who he is. You have seen him here on streams. But anyways, so we went to go visit him, hang out, and other Mike told Mike like, "Hey man, I know you have issues with sleeping and stuff like that. You can have your own room, and I'm gonna take my parents' room." So then I look at him like, "Oh, cool. So what rooms you got for me and Akhtar?" He's like, "Oh, you guys can share." I just look at Akhtar, and I kid you not, he just looks at me, looking away.
I get to spend some quality time with my best friend. What's wrong with that? I get to tell him scary stories to the point where he actually can't sleep at night. I get to tell him some of the scariest scenarios out there that could happen. We had him believing that there was a ghost in his house.
I remember that. That was funny.
And that's when I was like, this is where the fun really starts for me. Like
my God.
That was funny as hell.
it was like 3 a.m. until he was able to get any kind of shut eye. It was awesome.
Dude, but again,
if I remember, go ahead.
oh no, I was just gonna say like that was like just such a beautiful moment because like Akhtar, I think it was you who started it trying to convince Brian that there's a ghost in this house, and then like you asked me about it, and I was like, oh yeah, dude, didn't you know like Mike's grandfather passed away in this house? Like that's crazy
Oh my
that you would
God.
say that because Mike had told me a few times that he's heard stuff here. And again, this stuff, like, Akhtar just, like, immediately just, like, looked at me, and in his eyes, I knew that, like, oh, it's fuck with Brian time. Okay, I'm on board. And then, and mind you, there was no talking. This wasn't planned. There was no talking beforehand. But then, fucking Mike comes around, and we're telling him about this, about like how his grandpa died in this house. And Mike's like, "Oh yeah, dude, yeah, that's really dark shit. Oh fuck, man. Like I've heard a lot of really bad things in this house." And so like we're all immediately on board to fuck with Brian. And I was like, what a beautiful moment of like brotherly bonding over like fucking with your friend.
The best thing was like the thing that fucked me up was when other Mike looked at me. He's just like, "Yeah, I'm still trying to get over his death," and I'm just like.
Yeah, like it hit me really hard. Like,
Bro,
He got you with the
no.
nails.
yeah, like he made it personal. It was so good.
Bro,
like-
I had loose change in my pocket. Right? And I was just like, all right, right when Brian's about to lull himself right there, I'm just gonna throw this penny as hard as I can on the floor. Just to see, and I throw one really hard, and dude, he went from like he was laying on the bed like this to just. Did you fucking hear that?
With injured back, sir. I was still handicapped.
And he got up. The man has back problems, and he got up.
Damn, bro.
Fight or flight was there. It was ready.
Did you fucking hear that, dude? Did you fucking hear that?
but like the thing that fucked me up the most was that I think Mikey, you went upstairs like brush your teeth and stuff like that. It was just me and Akhtar sitting down on the couch, and Akhtar was passing out. I was watching the Did You Know fucking Animal Crossing videos on the TV the whole time, and I'm hearing the fucking like basement door that's like behind us and towards the left rattling, and I'm just like, at first I was like, okay, whatever, it's probably just a squeaky house, and then I hear it again, and I'm like, oh, well, that's kind of weird. I mean, you don't really hear a sound twice, and then I hear it again, and I'm like, oh, what the fuck is going on in this house? And I look over to my good chum, my good friend, my best friend, loving friend that I care about, will do me no wrong. Hey, did you hear that? And he looked at me, what are you talking about? Dude, a door is literally rattling behind us. Bro, shut up. Bro, and I hear it like literally, like there was no talking between us, and you hear the door rattle again, and I'm like, you had to hear that. He's like,
Just going back to sleep.
just not wanting to hear or deal with me. And I'm just like, dude.
This man was
Done with your
pulling the
shit.
Harlem
He's like,
Shake on you.
It did get debunked later on. It was just the
Yeah.
AC, and you know how like airflow just kind of like makes doors close a little, like, or open a
Yeah.
little bit. That's what was happening. But poor
Yeah.
Brian was just like, there's something down there, and dude. So
Wait, hold on. This is the good part. But before we did that, I got so mad at him. I looked at him and said, "Get up." He's like, "What, dude? Get up! We're gonna walk over this door. This door is fucking rattling." We literally stare. I make him stare at this fucking door with me.
oh my god.
I remember it wasn't moving.
It wasn't moving. I'm like, bro, I swear. this door
Even the house was in
rattling.
on it.
Yeah.
The house like, yo, man, I got you. Stop rattling.
Oh,
So,
dude. Oh no, sorry.
Go on.
Continue.
No, go. Well, I was gonna say then I think it was it the Mikey and then we went downstairs, or did we go downstairs and then Mikey?
No,
I
we
can't
went
remember.
downstairs. Remember,
Okay,
you were
yeah,
you go downstairs. You're like, dude, you gotta check. You gotta see something.
I'm shoving it down the stairs.
Damn it, Brian.
Damn,
The best part was we had the lights on. He's like, all right, man, you'll have the lights on. I'm right behind you. Right? I go downstairs all the way. I know there's no ghost, right? He just turns off the light and slams the door closed. He's like, if he isn't possessed by the time he gets back upstairs, I think we're okay. What do I do? I scream. I do the most inhuman scream. Bro. I could feel the goosebumps in Brian travel telepathically through the air to me. It wasn't a scream. It was a shriek.
I think I remember hearing that too, because I remember I was like upstairs and I was like, "The fuck was that?"
It was a banshee yell, dude. I come upstairs, and dude, I do this like a very slow 1, 2, 3 knock, right? He's like, I can just hear the nope in Brian. You can just hear the nope.
I'm not opening that door.
The only reason why that door opened was because the other Mike came. He's like, dude, what are you doing? He's like, Brian's like, no.
Yo.
It's funny because like eventually I went down there like with him and all that stuff, and I swear to God, I fucking turned around. Akhtar isn't fucking there anymore. At some point, and I'm like, where is he? And I look back over to this other area, like this other like part of the basement. I look back and Akhtar's back, and I'm like, where were you? He's like,
And I'm just standing there.
all the time.
I'm just like, what are you talking about, buddy?
Ryan, you
I love
really
you so much.
you really
And then-
sacrificed Akhtar though. That's crazy.
Hey man,
Hey,
It's him or me. It's him or me.
Are you surprised?
Here's the
Him or
thing
me?
too. Like at one point, I'm like, dude, there's nothing down here, man. Come on, let's be reasonable about this. And here's the thing, guys, and this is a public service announcement. If anyone says, come on, let's be reasonable about this, like let's work together, it's nefarious. It's always
Every time.
nefarious. I promise you.
Every time.
But my loving friend Brian, it like the calming voice. He's like, okay, you're right. You're right. You're right. Okay. I go upstairs. So we go upstairs, just hang out for a while. And that's when we finally dropped the news, I think. Was like, oh yeah, we were fucking with you the whole time. Other Mike was like, oh yeah, we've just been fucking with you. I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, like the thing that was fucked up too, because like that was the same night that we watched that like horror movie, right? It was like in like the church.
Oh
and all
yeah,
that.
that was
Oh,
a
that's
bad
right.
movie.
That was
yeah,
terrible.
That was good.
Yeah.
That was kind of okay. It was kind of okay for like a 64-minute long movie.
I feel bad. I didn't start caring about it until they got into the caverns, but that
Yeah.
could be another story for a time, because that was actually kind of cool shot. I liked how they shot
Yeah.
that, but that could be another story. But anyways, so jump past that now, and now I'm having to sleep in the same bed with this man. This man, he knows how to snore at a very high octave, and he's a hugger. He's a cuddler.
I'm a
My
cuddler,
man,
bro. I'm a
he's a
cuddler.
cuddler. So I'm wrapped inside of this like blanket of just Akhtar. I'm just like, I'm gonna
Just
keep you
flesh.
safe. I'm gonna keep you warm, and I'm just hearing. And I'm just sitting there throughout the night, just like.
I was spoon. I don't know what you want.
Brian,
Brian,
that's your
who's worse?
comeuppance for what you did to me.
I plead the fifth, man. I was having. Okay, no, it's a violent dream.
I'll say, Brian, who's
What?
worse? Who's the worst snuggler? Was it Akhtar or Mo?
Well, Mo didn't actually cuddle with me. The
I
man
couldn't
just got
even get
close to
over
me,
there.
and then for some reason my pants was lowered. I don't know how.
That was the best
What?
part.
I
That's
ran up with my sweatpants past my dick. I'm just like, what happened?
Oh my
Dude, that was
god,
the best
I don't
part.
know,
3
bro.
nights.
Because Mo should have wasn't even supposed to be on the same mattress.
What?
No, you understand, Akhtar. Like literally how we had the mattress set up.
Mhm.
Brian was all the way in the corner to the right. I was
Yeah.
in the middle, laying like sideways, and then Mikey
Yeah.
was in the other corner.
Okay.
And Mo bought this like blanket sleeping bag looking thing because we thought it'd be
Stupid
funny.
ass sleeping bag, bro. I
And we
couldn't
realized
fit in it.
after, yeah, he couldn't fit. So I hear like I'm trying to fall asleep. All I hear is Mo saying, "Yo, do you think she's gonna mind?" And I'm like, "What?" So I turn over and I see Mo crawling on my air mattress. and
I'm
he's
like, yo, can I get up here, bro?
He's like, I'm like huddled in a fucking corner because that's how I sleep. He's like, "You don't need this side." I'm like, "That's fine." And then all I
You
hear is
decide, bro.
halfway as I'm sleeping, I hear Mo right behind me, and I turn around and he's snoring. And I'm like, "What the fuck?" And so I pushed him over, and all I hear is Brian saying, "No, no, keep him." I turn around, he's like pushing him back towards me. He's like, "Keep him on your side." And I'm like, he has a big ass Queen Air mattress, but he still somehow makes it to the other side. I don't know how.
I'm on that bed looking for a warmth. I'm like, it's cold up here, bro.
For
We're
people who
just
don't. For people who don't know, we visited Mo. We have some vlogs on our YouTube channel you guys can
Yes.
actually watch.
Mhm.
This was the night of us doing that. But one of my favorite fucking nights was the goddamn 1-2 switch night. I will never fucking forget that goddamn
Oh my
night.
god. Mikey waking up the whole house.
Mikey was being loud,
Oh, yeah,
slamming on his knees,
I
getting
was
like
being
into it.
dramatic.
And
Wait.
Bro, it's
And then-
crazy.
And then I say one fucking thing.
Oh, that's right.
His
Yeah.
mom's mom texts him and says, "Yo, tell your fucking friend Brian to shut up." And I'm like,
Yo, can you tell your friend to keep it down? I'm like, I'm sorry. He didn't mean to like make a bunch of noise on the thing. We're not like, oh no, I just hear him talking a lot. I'm like, wait, you're not talking about Mike? What?
No, the best part, 'cause I don't know if anyone played 1-2 Switch, but there's a bunch of game modes you obviously play where it's 1-2 other people. And
Yeah.
one of them was this freaking gun game. And I told them they were all going to love it. So I brought it out. It's basically just Old Western. You have to like draw and shoot. Mikey got into this freaking role so much. He took it like a man and he fell. This boy is like 6 foot something. So when he fell on his knees, it was like the whole freaking floor
Straight.
shook. But his mom didn't.
I
know
just
that.
want to be clear. You have no
Muscles.
idea how competitive that game gets because, like, we
Oh,
were.
God.
It was so competitive for like the fastest time. Brian, I think you were the one who eventually got the record on that, right? Yeah, but
yeah,
like
then
we were
eventually broke
we
it.
were going faster and faster and faster, and we were beating each record, and we were getting so good at it. And I forgot who I was against at that point, but someone beat me, and I just like fell to. I was against you, okay? I fell to my
Yeah.
knees dramatically, and when my knees hit the ground, just like.
Oh, I thought.
I was
Funny
like,
thing
oh,
here that all
shit.
we hear is Brian saying, "Fuck," and text later. Can you tell him to be quiet?
Yo,
I will
my
say, Brian,
mom was
it
like,
must
"Shut
be
up."
like the frequency of your voice or something, but your voice like pierces walls, it pierces ceilings. Like
Hey, you're
really
so
does. 'Cause
loud.
I talk loud too, but like I think it's because my voice is a little deeper. It's just kind of a little more muffled or whatever. But like Brian's, it just like pierces through any fucking concrete wall or whatever. Like you can hear it from a mile
He
away.
did. Especially when he was at my house for New Year's, and like I
Yeah.
went upstairs. 'Cause I think it was like three o'clock in the morning, and I was like exhausted because I worked the day before. So I went upstairs to go to sleep, and I can hear a little bit. They're watching a movie or something downstairs, but I can hear Brian's voice just laughing, and I'm like, and what's worse is my room is right above the living room where they were sleeping, and I'm like, I need a shot. I need a knockout. I need something.
Yeah,
I'm like, oh my
bro.
god.
I'm Italian. I got a loud voice.
We know.
Bro,
I know, and it's the right
We know,
frequency to
bro.
get through any fucking surface at all. That's why that entire time
Hey.
we were in Jersey, I had fucking earplugs in the whole time while sleeping. So all the weird shenanigans they were doing at night, I didn't get to hear any of it, and thank God for that.
Dude, there was
Yeah.
there was one point of the night. I don't know if you guys really remember it, but we just had like Super Mega on. We were watching like their Animal
Yeah,
Crossing
I remember that.
one, and I remember I was trying to talk to you, Mike, and at first he didn't respond, and I'm just like, oh, okay, well maybe he passed out. But then like I heard you kind of like make a noise, and I could have sworn that you talked, and I just started talking to you again, and you just didn't respond to me, and I'm just sitting there, I'm like, has he got his earplugs in?
Bro, I'm staring. I'm like, are you talking to yourself? Shut up.
Mo's just sitting there, like, I'm assuming he's watching.
Well,
He just has his arm crossed. He's like, who the
I'm
fuck
just
are
like-
you talking to?
like, bro, what are you?
I
You're
just
like
want you to
looking
know
over
that
there,
like
but you're talking.
it takes me fucking forever to fall asleep. So I was totally awake. I had my earplugs in. I could hear your voice. I wasn't sure if you were talking to me, but I was like, whatever, man. It's sleep time. I'm not responding. He'll figure it out. Like, I'm trying to go to bed here. I'm not trying to get into a conversation right now.
Bruh.
Go ahead.
But there was one thing out of that whole entire trip when we went to go visit Mo. I think there was only
Here we
one
go.
night that actually woke up fucking
Here we
like
go.
me. And now
Here
all
we
I
go.
hear is Brian going, "Get up!" And I turn over. I'm like, "What are you doing?" You're like, "Oh, I'm gonna go to the bathroom." I'm like, "Okay." I turn back over and just fall back asleep because I have Mo and oh my god, her name's still Brian. So there you go. Her name was slipping my head for a second. And all I hear is a second. They're like, "Yo, you good?" And I turn back over. Brian falls and he pukes all over the whole floor. And Mikey shot up and woke. He's like, "What?"
So context. Okay, we're gonna rewind that story.
Mhm.
So Mo introduced us non-New Jerseyers to a thing called Wawa, and he was showing us all this food, all this really good. By the way, really fucking delicious food, man.
It
It's
really is,
actually
especially for a
incredible.
gas station. It's hella delicious.
I know.
Yeah.
Don't disrespect Wawa like that, but continue.
But so Brian got the Italian spicy sub because Brian
Fucking stereotype.
likes a spicy
Of course he did.
Italian sub.
Of course you did.
Mm-hmm.
So I
Of
got
course,
that,
he never learns.
and then that night I'm like, hey, we only got really one more night. Y'all trying to like drink and party and kind of just have a an
Do
us
some
time?
cocaine.
Do some cocaine? No,
No,
we don't
no,
do it
no.
here.
That's what triggered the
You
vomit.
almost had me.
That is what. Oh wow.
That's what triggered the vomit.
Yeah.
But, so anyway, so Mo shows us, he takes us to this one, like, I don't even know, like this one liquor store, and the tequila I wanted to buy was stupidly like overpriced. I'm like, I'm not about to pay an extra like $60 fucking when I know this bottle's $20. I'm sorry, I'm not gonna pay $80 for that shit. That's too fucking expensive.
That was our 1st
Mhm.
mistake. We should have just shelled out the bread.
We should have.
Or go to a
But-
different liquor store.
Yeah, and I want to say we got like a recommendation from one of them, and they showed
I
us
think we
this
did.
Yeah, they
fucking
did.
tequila. Cheap as fucking shit. I'm just gonna point that shit
Yeah, it
out.
wasn't that
disgusting.
great.
Yeah, so I'm trying to make my margaritas and stuff like that. I don't know. They didn't really come out too well. I don't personally think so. But then I look
was
over at
alright.
Mo, and Mo's like pouring Sunkiss and the tequila together.
And
But
like
that was good. It was fucking delicious.
early in the morning, mind you, it's like 8 o'clock.
No,
That's-
I'm talking
that's
about
like a
at night.
No, last
Oh.
the night before.
Yeah,
The night
you were
before.
doing it that night too while you were listening to
Oh.
Challenge Gambino.
Yeah, that's how you got the
Oh,
idea
uh,
because you tried it
I
last
didn't-
night.
It's a
Yeah.
fucking
It-
poor man's screwdriver right there. Jesus.
Literally.
Basically.
It was good though.
So,
was.
so I'm watching Mo drink this thing. I'm like, is that good? By the way, Reddy fucking intoxicated. I'm just gonna say, like Brian was struggling with actually kind of sight for a minute.
This
And I'm like,
man's drunk. This man's eating like half of his spicy Italian sub. Like it was just a bad night. He brought the freaking sandwich up to the room with him to go to bed with it. Didn't even eat it.
Yeah, I didn't even finish it. He brought it upstairs to finish. He's like, "I'm gonna eat this later, guys. I need this before I go to bed."
And
Didn't
then
even
just
eat
goes
it.
to sleep. It just I smell it just in the room. Like bro.
yeah. So, so I tried the drink that Mo had. I liked it. It was okay. But my little dumbass was like, you know what? Fuck it, one more night, and I just started pouring that tequila fucking.
One more night. That's the
Yeah,
motto.
he wanted to get.
He did from the
a
last
sh-
night.
He
The
wanted
last
to get
night
like a
we had to
shot
leave.
Yeah,
with me
literally.
and Stella, and I'm like, all right, let's do it.
And keep in mind, we had to go to the airport the next day hella early. But we're like,
Oh,
fuck
yeah.
it. Let's get drunk. We'll be buzzed and sleep on the plane. What could be wrong about that?
Yeah, so I start eating a few bites of my sub, laying there in the bed. Everyone's slowly passing out. We have the lights off. And so from my point of view, I was fucking having like a fiesta in my eyes. Like everything was going crazy. I was somehow on a desert island. I was extremely fucking hot. Taking off my fucking shirt. Bro, I was having a fucking moment. I was talking to fucking like I don't even know like someone. And then like
all right, which one of you fucking drugged him? Come on, fess up.
Yeah, I'm about to say you did not get all that from a drink.
Yeah, that's what you're out. Tequila just does that to people.
It really does.
It just does that. I don't know why, but every time I've gotten drunk with tequila, I woke up with no shirt.
It's a fucking fiesta, man. Dude,
I've never had that happen.
At one point, I'm fucking trying to get down the stairs, and I could have sworn there was someone standing by the stairs telling me, like, no, listen, it's okay. Go back upstairs, lay down, you'll be fine. You don't gotta throw up. And I'm like, okay, person that's here on the steps, I'm gonna go
trust
do this
you.
right now.
Are you sure you didn't have fucking absinthe? Like, my God.
I hope no one is down my stairs. Like
so, like I'm crawling up there. I have my I can't make it to on top of the air mattress. So I just grabbed for this Spider-Man blanket that Mo gave me, pulled it onto the floor, face plant into it, and I'm just like, and I'm just sitting there like the whole everything's spinning. It feels like I'm on a platform and it's just going woo 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 woo, just spinning the whole time.
Made the first mistake.
And I'm sitting there, I'm like, oh, this is bad. Oh, this is bad. Oh, it's gonna just fucking throw up onto my spider.
This is.
It gets worse. He did on the carpet too.
This is the crazy part.
It through the blanket.
This was the crazy part. I like heard it, and I got up, and then I hear Stella get up, and she's like elbowing me a little bit. I'm like, what? And then I just hear like, I'm thinking somebody poured water on the floor. I'm like, what is that? It's just Brian his liquids are just coming out of him. I'm like
red from like hot Cheetos and sub.
Hot Cheetos, a spicy sub, whatever else we had that night, on top of a whole cheap like $20 bottle of tequila we took shots from. That smelled disgusting.
It smelled so bad I went back to sleep when I saw them. Like, need help? No, we're good. All right.
No, well, I was gonna say too, because like everyone was fucking like cleaning up and like trying to help. I wake up, I see all this shit going on, and I just fucking watch. I don't offer to help. I don't do anything. I just watch.
Mikey's watching. I went back to bed. They're all just cleaning, and I'm like, y'all good?
I
go downstairs to talk. I go downstairs to talk to your mom. Me and your mom just chatting. She's like, what are they doing? They're cleaning. And she's like, what?
Hilarious.
And I'm like,
I'm just sitting there seething because I'm tired and want to sleep more. But Brian interrupted my sleep with his vomit.
Basically.
It's hilarious. Mikey just gets. I think he just got up like, yo, can I take a shower right quick?
Yeah, I'm like, I guess I'm up now. I'm gonna go shower.
I'm like,
bro. I'm just laying on the floor like, kill me.
Yeah, bro. This man's like, oh, I'm sorry about the blanket, bro. I was going to take it with me. I'm like, I'll mail it to you. You just leave it there, bro.
Did you ever mail it?
No.
No.
You didn't throw it out.
Oh. Throw it out. You think I'm gonna wash that?
Maybe. I washed all the other stuff you all left behind.
I got that thing. I'm like, nah. Just put that straight in the trash bag.
Dude, that was just a glorious fucking.
And then after that whole thing, they finally made it home. So I still had Stella with me. We had to go to Walmart and get some freaking, what was this stuff called? Resolve or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And now I'm spending a lovely, morning with the homie just flooding my carpet, trying to get the throw up out of it.
Bonding. You're bonding.
Yeah, like cleaning. Brian's
We're bonding over Brian's fucking puke.
Brian's vomit brings people together. What can we say?
Well, listen, I'm just going to throw this out. I'm going to throw it out. No one's going to get the context, but it's good to see my two children cleaning up their father's throw up. Just going to say that.
No. Never again. Next time, I'm going to leave it there. And if you ever come back out here, you can come clean it up, bro.
Your mom's going to make you clean it.
Yeah, she called me that day. She called me that day like, yo, did you clean my carpet yet? I'm like, I'm about to. She's like, yeah, I don't want to hear it. Go get the stuff. Go clean it. I'm like, okay, I'm sorry, mom.
Dude, your mom was awesome though. I love
your
mom.
She was great.
Mm-hmm. She was a G.
She threatens me, bro. What y'all talking about?
You have
She
to-
was
no,
very
have you seen
accommodating to
yourself?
the rest of us.
She
Yeah.
has to threaten your little ass.
But my favorite.
My mom's just like, hey, you guys need anything? You know, anything you need, just ask me. I walk by. What are you doing? I'm like, what? I'm just walking. She's like, get out of here. I'm like, what?
Yeah, I said your
I think
friends
like
could
the-
stay here. I didn't say you could stay here.
Damn. Yeah, go home.
It
I
was
can
like
just imagine. I can just imagine it being like, "Oh yeah, do you guys like need anything at all? Yeah, if we could get some, like a bottle of water. Okay, hold on. Oh, Chad's back down here right now.
It's not far off, man.
low-key,
Yeah,
when
I'm
that
far off
happened-
though.
That low-key happened because like it was like the first or second night we made steaks. And Mo, you were telling me like your mom doesn't eat steaks or something like that because of like a diet or something. And like I went and offered her like a steak. I'm like, hey, I do have an extra steak. I can make it for you or whatever you want. She's like, oh no, that's okay. You don't have to make it for me. And then Mo comes walking in to the room and his mom's like, boy, you know I don't eat steak. It was like, oh. I was
I'm
holy
like-
shit.
I just looked down at my plate. I'm like,
I died laughing when your mom
I'm
said
like,
that.
but mom, I actually helped make these and worked hard for it. She's like, yeah, you gonna go give me something else? I'm like, okay. I felt so bad. I felt like the stepchild, and you were all her favorite children. Like,
I mean, we're automatically her favorite children because we're not you. So
I'm
Damn.
like, mom, like,
Mo was Cinderella in this scenario, not in a good way.
I think the next night you made like that chicken with the vegetables with the
Yeah.
lemon juice, which by the way, don't
Too much lemon on that.
don't
one.
Yeah,
ever do
that's
that again.
Well, no,
Um,
it's just the container. I never cooked with that before, so I was totally out of my element. But next time, I'm just gonna do it. Next time, I'll do it the way I show you how I do it. 10 times.
I
better.
give her the chicken. She's like, "Oh, did your friend make this?" I'm like, "Yeah, I kind of helped." She was like, "Oh, he did a good job though." I'm like, "Oh, okay." I'm
You
just
did a
thinking in
good
the back of my
job.
head, like, "Yo, I love you, but you not gonna keep playing me this entire time."
damn.
She kept playing me.
Of course.
Of
yeah,
course.
That's her job.
Your mom was amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was great. Shout
Well,
out to
I'm-
Mo's mom. She a real.
Yeah.
Oh
mom.
yeah! Shout out to Mo's mom.
I'll let
She
her
a real
know.
G.
I went and saw her today at work because I got some like free Chick-fil-A from the job. Akhtar knows.
hmm
I show up and she's like, "Boy, what are you doing here in them street clothes? If you don't get out of here," I'm like, "Mom, I work here too. Mom. Please." She's like, "Oh, okay."
Your mom
Bro.
forget.
I'm like, "Mom, why you always gotta be such a hater towards me?" Like, bro, she threw a whole like frying pan at me one day. Like, it was terrible.
I deserved it.
I was in the kitchen. I came over. I stopped over her house just to like help her do stuff. Like I think I was like cutting her grass or something. And I come back inside and she's like, "I know you're not walking through my house after cutting that grass and being in the mud and whatnot. I know you took your shoes off, right?" I'm like, "Nah." She literally picked up the frying pan, was like, and then threw it at like my feet. I'm like, yo.
Yeah, see, so you deserved it. You were tracking mud in her house. I would have whipped your ass too.
Dude,
Oh, it was hot.
I don't fucking
Mo-
care.
Mo growing up with his mom was like my favorite sitcom. I loved it. Like the day Mo skipped school to play GTA, and then
Oh.
his mom found out. I never heard someone so quick on the microphone be like, "Yeah, I go," and just leaves.
Bro, I got off the mic. I didn't even like get to like put the controller down. She was already up the stairs at my door. Like, "So we skipping school, huh? That's what we doing? Taking the belt off." I'm like, ah. I just bent over. I'm like, all right, come on, bro.
I knew this was
She
coming.
was doing combos on me, like up, down, left. Like she was crisscrossing, like, but she brandished the belt backhanded, like just going in on me. I'm like, yo, when did you learn this?
Somehow, freaking Hadoken came out of the
Yeah,
belt.
a fucking
like-
quarter circle forward punch, and it's just like, oh shit.
She's over there like crouching down, like, uppercutting like my ass cheek. I'm like, yo, I can't even be mad at you for this one. Like,
As Mo tries to get away, as Mo tries to run away, she uses the belt like Scorpion. Just
Get over here.
You just hear him.
Back
Fucking
here.
raw level 3's his ass, man.
Raw level 3.
there was a time where she got tired of using the belt. Like, she was tired of doing the whipping motion, so she literally just threw it behind her and got busy with the hand.
Dude, your mom was getting ballsy enough where she was doing it even on the Xbox parties. You would hear mom like, wait, I'm still on. She's like, I don't give a damn.
The homies can't hear this, Ma. The homies can't hear.
It's just like, holy crap. And then after it's done, you just like
I just
Mo's
come
going
back,
for
like-
a minute, and then you just hear like,
God.
and I'm like, bro, you okay? And you just hear him go, this is whatever, man. Like he's trying not to
Whatever,
break
bro.
down.
It's whatever, man. It's fine.
And then, of course, the classic, like, maybe 20, 30 minutes later, what you want to eat? I'm like, whatever
You
you
gotta
make
make sure
me.
you're fed.
He's like,
Bro, that's what happens. That's what happened when we were younger. When I was younger, at least, that was basically what would happen with my dad. My dad would get super angry. I'd get it. I would get it, and I deserved it probably. Very likely. No, I deserved it.
Definitely.
And then like an hour will go by. I'm like sitting like in my room. Hour will go by. He'd open up the room and look at me. I'd look at him, and he'd just be like, "Let's go get some ice cream."
Oh.
Yeah.
please tell me he explained to you why he beat you while you were getting
The ice cream convos were like the deepest convos. Like those were some legit convos.
Like, I know what I did, man. Like, but listen, man, you just gotta understand. I do this because I love you. I'm like, really though?
The fucking bruises
like a
on my
life
ass say
lesson.
otherwise, but okay.
Yeah, like.
Well, see, Akhtar, you were lucky. I never got the ice cream. My dad would be like, all right, you know what to do. And I would have to get up on this pool table and have, like, my butt sticking out. And he would just, like, go in on it. And then as I'm just done with the pain, dealing with what he gave me, he would stand me there and be like, do you know why I did it? And I have to sit there. Yeah. I didn't get no ice cream.
Just not knowing, like, I don't know.
And then after done, he'd be like, okay, get out of here. And then I would have to walk away and I get smacked in the back of the head. I'm like, oh, there's the ice cream.
Again, Italian family, Brian. It's what you get. I don't know.
Yeah, you get to laugh with the hands.
You don't get no ice cream. Y'all get gelato.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It's a gelato.
Bro, I love this. Like, y'all got, like, smacked or whacked. You wanna know what happened? I got in trouble. Danielle, you're grounded. All right. 10 minutes later, yo, I'm going outside. Aren't you grounded? Yeah. Okay. Let's go out.
I've been
The perks of
spanked.
being a baby, man.
Yeah, I've
Listen,
been
man,
spanked
getting
once in
beat-
my life, and I've been grounded once in my life. And that's it.
What? Yo, y'all. Okay.
My sister
Listen,
got
man.
grounded. She got her phone taken away, stuff taken away, but like I think because I was a baby, I got away with things. Like, oh, I got grounded. Okay, I just go outside anyways. They didn't doing that. They'll just yell at me later, and then like, because since I'm so sensitive, and, you know, with emotional child, I'll come back later to cry, and they're like, "All right, you know what you did wrong now, right? Yeah, all right, good." Wow.
I just gotta say, I don't know. Getting beat just builds character.
Yeah, like, I feel like a
It
man
probably
now.
does.
Like,
I feel like
Dude, I
No,
got
you're not a man.
I got beat more by
Oh.
my older brother than I ever did fucking like my dad or anything like that. Like it was. I mean, me and my older brother were always really close, but it was constant war. We were fucking wrestling and shit. We broke so many pieces of furniture. We used to have bunk beds that we broke because we had to wrestle on top of them. We came up with this concept of wrestle basketball. You know those little like basketball hoops that you could put up on the wall.
Yeah.
We would play
Yeah.
that, only we would do it. We would blow up an air mattress and we'd fucking like wrestle each other on it while trying to play basketball. We broke so
Jesus.
many fucking air mattresses doing that shit.
Jesus Christ.
But yeah, no, like all my beatings came from my older brother. I didn't really, but I didn't really like act up much as a kid. I just didn't do much, so it wasn't really much to spank me for, I guess.
yeah, nah, not over here, man.
I was a dumbass.
You're still a dumbass.
Yeah, my Brian, I didn't change.
Nothing's changed. Clearly, the spankings didn't work.
Mikey had like probably like the most front cost character built immediately. Like like he already had character in line. Me and Mo had to learn character, and Brian is still learning
Brian's
character.
still learning. He'll get there. He'll get
Wait,
there.
where am I?
I mean, you obviously never got beat. You got
the free,
grounded,
you got
so
the free
obviously
pass,
had-
and like they just scooted you along. Like, yeah, whatever. We did okay, I guess.
Yeah, I'm suffering from that now.
And I'm just sitting here like, bro, I did something. I can't remember what I did, but my mom and dad were just so mad. My mom beat me, gave me like 5 minutes, left me in the bathroom to like recover. Then my dad came in, and it was his turn. I'm like,
They
yeah.
fucking like tagged each other in. Like,
They just
all right, your turn.
on me.
The
And
double
then
suplex supreme. Jesus.
and then he walked out, left me in there for like 10 minutes. Then they both came in. I'm like, please, no, please. They're like, listen, we're gonna go get some food. Like, go get dressed. I'm like, limping out the bathroom, being overly dramatic. I'm like, I think, oh, my back, yeah. Oh, nerve
Why did
damage.
everybody get food? I
got
didn't
food
get
too.
any of that. What the fuck?
Brian.
Yeah.
Food is a reward for Italian families. So if you did something bad, even if you had to endure a beating, you don't get food for that.
Yeah, no.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I just got slapped in the head all the time.
Yeah.
those post food ventures made it like kind of worth it, to be honest. Not that tag team one though. That one, no amount of food that day like helped me out.
I think those are like at the post beating food moments or ice cream. Those are like the closest things that I
Yes,
probably
bro.
had to like a Full House moment. You know?
Yeah, bro.
Dude, could you imagine if Full House was like that? Like fucking Danny Tanner just beats his fucking kids senseless, but then you have the heartwarming moment of like, you know, I don't like doing that, but this is a lesson you have to learn about life.
Right.
Dude, I can see like if they actually did do that, I can see like plenty of episodes where that'd be perfect, especially where his kids like fucked up so bad, especially when Michelle freaking crashed. Not Michelle. Oh god, Stephanie crashed the car into the
Oh
house.
yeah.
I could be like, I can see all three of them tag teaming on her. Who goes first?
It's looking like a scene from fucking what was it, Civil War, when Tony Stark is getting the shit kicked in by Bucky
Oh,
and
Dude, fucking like
was me, bro.
Jesse comes and got like a leather jacket and a fucking like chain, like it's like a road rash or something.
fucking the other uncle's coming in with his puppets.
oh my god, that'd be creepy.
Each puppet has like a knife taped to their hand.
Oh,
Let's go.
It was real. It was real in those streets, bro. Like for real.
Yeah.
It do be.
It'd be like that sometimes.
But all right, I think
Well,
I've
yeah.
had enough talking about getting beat.
Same.
Yeah, I'll say on that note, I think it's a good stopping point. But yeah, yo, thank you everyone who's been tuning in live, and if you're watching on like YouTube or Spotify and all this stuff, just so people know, I'm just gonna kind of say it. We do release these every single Sunday. So if you're watching it on YouTube or iTunes or Spotify or SoundCloud, these are Sunday releases. If you want to come catch it live and chat with us and hang out with us and have a good old time, come and join us on Wednesdays at 7:30 on Lotus Fyre Studios, Twitch TV, all that. Come join us. Come join us. Yeah.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
what I will say is, I know this is the case for iTunes. It's probably the case for Spotify and other things. But you can leave a review, you can leave comments and stuff like that, and doing so would really help us out. I mean, it would be good to get feedback to let us know what we're doing right, what we can improve on doing. And hey, if you like it and give us a 5-star review, I think that helps getting the show seen. So let us know. Give us a review. We want to hear it. Hey, maybe we can even do a segment where we read reviews on stream when we do the podcast. I'd be down.
Yeah.
Wait, we can review these things? Where do we review this? I'm gonna go review it.
You can do it on Apple Podcasts for sure. I know that.
Aw.
Spotify probably. I don't use Spotify, but I'm sure you can.
I do. I'm gonna find it on Spotify, and I will
I know
let
you-
you all know.
I know you can like leave comments and shit on SoundCloud.
Yeah.
Yeah, SoundCloud, you can like comment.
Yeah,
in
you can
the
come there,
same
and
form.
obviously YouTube you can too. So.
Yeah.
But yeah, let us know. Feedback's always good. And also, if you ever have like questions or any topics you want us to cover, that's cool by us too. Let us know.
Exactly.
Let us know.
And I'm just going to kind of throw it out there. What I would actually like to do, and I'm going to put all my team on the spot because I'm an awful person right now.
Great.
But maybe what we'll do is maybe we'll have like a person on the podcast if we want,
Ooh,
We'll see how it goes.
I'd be
Try
down.
something different. So, yeah. Come join us. Hang out with us. I like talking to you guys. Anyways. Yeah, you guys got anything else you want to say before we end it?
Please check out Metopia. It's fucking awesome. I love it.
Oh yeah, yeah. On YouTube, we have our Metopia series that we're doing. Me and Akhtar are doing it, but we have an entire team of me, Akhtar, Brian, and Danny trying to take down the Dark Lord Mo.
Oh yeah.
So check it out. It's a good time.
Hold on now. Why am I the Dark Lord, Mo?
You're black. I don't know.
Go watch Metopia, Mo, and you'll find out.
You watch the series, bro. See how it turns out.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
It's a fun time though. Check it out.
It's so good.
Fucking evil.
But anyways, yeah. So thank you, everyone. We love you guys. We'll see you guys in the next Fire Bar. Stay tipsy. That's a bad one.
That's not.
Yeah. Wait.
I was trying to catch you.
We'll workshop it. We'll
I
workshop
got you.
it.
Stay
We'll figure it
groovy. There we go, Brian. Stay groovy.
All right, stay groovy. That's this one.
out. Bottoms up.
Bottoms up.
Hey.
All right, bye everybody.
Bottoms up. Bottoms up.
One.